they get told a lot, oh, you're faking it, or get over it, or, you're using it as an excuse, or, you're lazy and all these different things. And I know I'm one of the more, and I hate to say blessed, because I don't have as many of the side effects. Yes, I've had a couple of surgeries, and one of them set me back a lot. This last one, I was right back at the goal I gave myself to be back at work. I was back at work with that goal. And so my boss wasn't even really sure. And our clients will call behind my back, and they'll call my best friend that works there. My boss will be like, should Mindy really be doing this? Or should Mindy really be up there? Should she be doing this? And they're like, you try to tell her no. And they're like, well, that's why we're calling y'all and asking y'all while she's not here, because I'm not going to allow it to be an excuse. And it could be a crutch, I mean, yes, it absolutely could be, but I'm going to push through, and, again, because
I respect that. I respect that. Of course, you don't want to go on the other side of the extreme, but I respect the fact that you're able to not really let the disability or the condition define you, not at all. Whereas a lot of people sometimes maybe, and again, everyone's got a different story, so I don't want to generalize. Mike, I want to throw it over to you right now, because this has been an amazing, amazing segment. I can't believe we're at 46 minutes. Mindy, we have to bring you back again. You mentioned in a joking manner that you like to speak, but guess what? A lot of substance comes out of your mouth when you speak, so we want to have you back. You've been on Maintaining the Truth and Face Value. You've got so many stories that you can tell. This is the first time you've actually shared a story as it pertains to some of the hardships that you've gone through physically and mentally. And Mike, before we end this segment, Mike, the floor is yours.
I do have one question. A lot of people know this is kind of an important thing to me because I've learned a lot of tough lessons, especially over the past year. But back in 2013, I had my left foot amputated, and mostly because of my own fault. I was kind of the same way, hard-headed with doctors and things like that, and tried to tough through things. And my question to you is simply this. Are you working at following doctor's orders more efficiently and in a better way? Because it is important. It is. Yes. It's important to have drive and motivation. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you 100% on that.
Yes.
But are you following doctor's orders now, and taking care of yourself? That's the important thing.
Absolutely. The last thing I want to do is something stupid to set myself back. And so I do follow up with my neuro team. A neurologist did tell me he hopes he's dead before I have another surgery, but I'm taking that as he just knows his work is that good. But I follow up with the neuro team. I cut back on the workouts they told me they don't want me doing. I do stay extremely aware of my body. So if I have a day that I'm not feeling quite right, then either I avoid working out even in that area or just not at all. I follow up with my primary doctor. I think it's like every 6 months or something, but I stay very in tune because I know there's some things I could prevent. And so like last time, when it happened 3 years ago, it had gotten where, because you do get to eventually a point where your neuro team will tell you, okay, call me if you need me. And they technically told me that's where I'm at, but I'm calling them yearly. So I can keep up, for one, because I want to make sure they're still there. If I have an issue, I can call them, because the time before, when I started running into the issue, I didn't have a neuro team to call. And so I don't want to run into that again. So even though I'm at that point where technically I don't have to call him, I'm calling him to make sure where we're at and we're good. I stay in tune really well with my body. I have a good group of people around me that won't let me overdo it. I'm not doing crazy workouts anymore. I don't do crazy upper body lifting anymore. I keep it light as far as I can, but yes, I'm taking as best a care of my body as I can, because I don't want to do anything to set myself back.
So I'm hearing a lot of similarities to what you do and the recovery community with either substance abuse or any other issues is take care of yourself, listen to doctors and listen to professionals, but even more importantly, I would say have a good support group around you. And it sounds like you're doing all of those things, and I commend you for that. It's awesome.
Thank
and you are an awesome guest, by the way. And thank you.
You're so sweet. Can I add real quick, though, because it's always great to have a good support group, but you got to make sure you have people that's going to tell you the truth, not just tell you what you want to hear. And so
don't co-sign on your BS, right?
Exactly. Like, I'm one of those friends, I'll ask you, do you want me to tell you the truth or what you want to hear today? Because
at least you give them options. I know some people that don't even do that. They just go
sometimes I try. Sometimes it's just too much, and you got to be like, okay, here it is. I love you and forgive me.
Mindy, do us a favor, please. And once again, I want to let everyone know that Mindy is such a big part of this community. We have a lot of care for you, and we just appreciate all of the positive support that you give us throughout. And I want Mindy to understand something. You're part of this family. You're always welcome to any of these broadcasts. You were mentioning about 10 seconds ago how you're always going to give people unconditional truth. You might ask them first if they want the truth. If they don't, I'm going to speak on behalf of Howard because he's not here right now. And I would implore you to tell Howard that he's a miserable, talentless human being that is not welcome on these podcasts. I would ask you to do that because you're a blunt person. I know you feel that way as well, just like I do. Don't you, Mindy?
I think he's got great talent.
Oh, it's Christmas, guys. It's Christmas. I understand. I get it. Mindy, thank you so much for joining us. And also, I want to read the viewers' comments about you because you deserve to hear this. Shelly, many blessings to you, Mindy. Absolutely. We appreciate that from Shelly. Thank you for sharing. Tara Smith. Kelly Coleman, you're a strong mama, Mindy, from Kelly Coleman.
Thank you, Kelly.
I'm supportive of you, Mindy, from Billy.
Thank you,
West.
Billy.
Thank you for sharing your story, Mindy. Yeah, there you go. JC Farina, you are the best, Mindy. Hashtag Team Mindy. I like that hashtag. That's a great hashtag.
I like
Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. A couple of more we have over here. I think some people were welcoming Mindy when she showed up. Megan Sullivan, yes, absolutely, sure.
Megan, that's my daughter's name.
That you realize how much you're appreciated over here, and we appreciate all of you guys and gals that continue to flood these shows with positive energy. Hello, Randy Puzio, Jake Stevens. Mindy did great, without question. She did. Mindy, any final thoughts and comments for the viewers, for Mike, anything? The floor is yours.
I just want to say thank you guys for always having me on and supporting me, and you guys are amazing. And, you know, the topics y'all have, some of these are extremely deep topics, and I think they're definitely helping a lot of people, and I truly appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Mindy.
Mindy, I appreciate you coming on. Listen, you're making me have to pick up my game because I always felt that I brought better guests to the show than Avi Klein does, but now he's showing me up. It's like the second week in a
We don't need Mike. I don't know what he was talking about anyway.
You can always bring
I was
back.
putting you over. But he brought another great guest. You're an awesome guest, and I would love to have you on the show anytime. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will come back anytime.
Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Mindy. We love Mindy, guys. She's always so supportive, Mike. And you know what, man? As it pertains to her condition, something I don't really know a lot about. I told you that over the phone. I think more people should say I don't know. I did not know about it, but I was fascinated by her story. And again, you experienced something like this with a friend of yours. It's so important, guys and gals, that we allow you to know that you're welcome here to talk about whatever road to recovery you had to embark upon, whether it was through substance abuse issues that you might have had, present day or past tense, or anything physical or neurological. You can always share your story with us, right, Mike?
Yeah, and you can always find common lines of interest throughout support groups, listening to professionals, being positive, staying motivated, working hard. These are all common in all types of recovery. So always look for the similarities and find the inspiration in those stories.
And guys, a man who gives me inspiration every day of the week is a brother who's sitting in the back right now. And the man gives me inspiration. Sometimes he gives Howard Collado perspiration because he's scared.
Over under that he's eating something right now.
Guys, the green room's warming up right now. The trials next Saturday night. The witnesses take the stand. I am frozen in time. So there we go. There we go. Now my computer. See what happens? Every time I summon Howard Collado and his energy shows up and gives me a hex on this program, it bothers me, Mike. It really does.
The most talented guy on the green room, Howard Collado.
If by talented you mean someone that should be absent right now, the witnesses will be taking the stand next Saturday. We've got a loaded green room because right now Mickey's trial, there's only a couple of weeks left. Next week, the witnesses take the stand, Mickey. And the following Saturday, there will be a verdict, a possible sentencing, and who knows where we go from there. And then Dave and Howard have their trial, and we want to thank and make it official right now. Sponsoring, I'm allowed to say this now, finally, after about a week. Thank you, Pete. Sponsoring the Green Room, and the Green Room only, is Sharpie, starting January 27th. The Green Room's got a sponsor.
Green Room only?
There we go. Green Room's got it. Green Room only. Right Guard is obviously sponsoring Road to Recovery over here. I don't know what's happening with this.
I gotta find a new pen then. Sign autographs with.
Sharpie will be on board with the Green Room gang, so make sure that you guys grab your popcorn and your soda pop. I'm stealing David's line because he steals all of mine, but that's fine when you're brothers.
You too?
Fortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Go Sharpie. Yes, Sharpie's on board right now. They're on board with the Green Room. Let's make sure they're also on board with all of these shows, too. And speaking of which, guys, we've got our own sponsor. You know what? We got a group over here. And speaking of sponsors, this guy shows up last week. I'm not going to pull up this video because I can't stand looking at his face, and I know you're watching me right now. But you know what, buddy? You thought that after what happened last week with all the hijinks, Davis Jubilee, prosecuting attorney. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, of course you do. You watch the shows. But if you don't, go back and watch the Green Room. Davis Jubilee, the prosecuting attorney, the Southern aristocrat. This man does his job. He was talking to Judge Pompous Maximus and Hauser Odelach,
Like
the defense attorney. And you know what? These guys were actually trying to contemplate the evil that is Mickey Doyle and talk about how to stop the evil that is Mickey Doyle. And what happens? David Holiday shows up afterwards and talks about Casey and his relationship. And then, all of a sudden, when I tell David to go chase the woman of his dreams, go ahead and follow her. Give her that Jerry Maguire run through the airport. I could hear the music, and I was feeling great. I was feeling alive. Oh, alive. Was I feeling so alive? And then James shows up. And you know what James does? He's never been on this program. He shows up and starts chewing me out. He starts telling me that I'm not doing my job, that I'm not entertaining the masses. James, let me tell you something right off the bat. You want entertaining? Here's entertaining. Every single time James tells me to do my job, every single time he tells me that the box isn't positioned the right way, every time he tells me, hey, show the master shipping case. You know what I think of your master shipping case? That's what I think of your master shipping case. I got right guard. I don't need you. I don't need anybody else. Every sponsor wants a hold of me because they know that I can make sure that their sales projections goes up. So if you guys want your right guard, grab an Extreme Defense, Arctic Refresh. It'll last up to 72 hours. Mike Drose has his right guard. He doesn't have James. He doesn't need James. I don't need James. Nobody needs James. We all need our right guard because it keeps us cool, Mike.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
You're not a fan of
James said you weren't entertaining the masses. That was interesting to me, that statement.
You're not a fan of that guy, are you? That James, that knucklehead?
I don't know him, but, you know.
Go right guard. Where's the woman's right guard? Coming to a town near you, sure. Go right guard, guys. Thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, great podcast. Thank you so much. I want to bring in Mr. Holiday right now. 254 shares. We've been averaging over 200,000 views for every episode because the shares have not been under 200 for the last 2 weeks, and that is amazing. You guys are doing so much for us behind the scenes. You have no idea. Part of the job is being like John Nash in A Beautiful Mind. I have to do all these numbers, and you guys are making all of our numbers increase by the day. We thank you for that. And someone who also is able to increase the viewership by the day is Mr. David Holiday. Hello, please. Mr. Holiday.
Welcome, guys. Hey, guys, how's it going? It's Saturday coming up. We got a Green Room episode coming up.
I'm giving you some hype over here. I'm doing everything I can to let people know that David Holiday's coming. Let's bring him in again, guys. David Holiday's coming into the broadcast.
Oh my gosh!
Hey guys,
like
how's it going?
It's like Vince McMahon pushing the gobbledygooker on us.
Guys, Mindy's not a fan of James. Good answer.
Nah, but Mindy is a fan of Team Holiday. I noticed she said that earlier. Yeah. Thank you, Mindy, for your support.
Who isn't?
Love you.
Who isn't?
Absolutely.
Guys, covering our recovery is going to be a condensed version. Tomorrow, the Green Room is going to be a condensed version of the show. I'll announce that later. But this is going to be a condensed segment because, and it's not because of the game. We do have a fun game. But David Holiday, a lot of people, when they think about recovery, they think about coming to terms with something that maybe they loved and had a passion for, that for whatever reason they were derailed. Who knows what derailed them, but you, my friend, to me aren't derailed because you're doing your thing every single day on these shows live. But years ago, when I knew you in school, you were already an accomplished, no joke, not exaggerating, you were already an accomplished actor. You came to New York from South Carolina, you did a lot of plays, you got acclimated to New York very quickly, and you were off to the races. And after the college that you and I went to, you continued and worked with some more prestigious people as well. Marvin Hamlish is one of them. If people don't know Marvin Hamlish, I suggest you Google him. David Holiday, what is it like when you're on stage, you're living your life, you're seeing your career progress, you're doing something that you're passionate about, and then all of a sudden you have to recover from that because it's no longer present in your life?
Well, I've always kind of been had an addictive personality, regardless, and I was hyperactive as a child. Parents had me on medication at a young age, and one of the things that helped me was they introduced me to the stage at a young age. Both my parents sang, and it was a great outlet for me, and it was something that was just always always there for me. I finally, through the course of going to school, going to New York, and going through that wonderful